Y'all know what time it is. It's rapid reactions. A whole lot of topics. A little bit of time. Jay, the floor is yours.
All right, USA basketball managing director Jerry Colangelo says he doesn't expect Los Angeles Lakers superstar forward LeBron James to play for Team USA again. It's not surprising, right?
Absolutely not. Matter of fact, if I seen LeBron James out there, I'd be like, "What are you doing? Who are you, Carmelo? No, man, go sit on somewhere, man. You don't need to be on another Team USA. He done done this part. He fine. Go and relax. Put some ice on the knees, champ." The NCAA decided to lift their rules that prohibit college athletes from selling the rights to their name, images, and likeness. Does this even matter?
No, the NCAA is irrelevant. People are moving on. The legislation with states and now the Congress. The NCAA has to do this so they can hope to maintain relevancy because it's just not a position they can afford to take anymore. But no, if they'd have done this maybe 10 years ago, maybe it would matter. But it just proved they have no power at all anymore. The Colts were approved for 100% capacity crowds yesterday, and they were the last NFL team to receive that approval from their respective local government. That's exciting, isn't it?
Absolutely. You know I like 100%. Now we got all 32 teams on board with the 100% capacity. Let's roll, baby. It's about to feel like the NFL again. Memphis men's basketball coach Penny Hardaway has decided to remain as the coach of the Tigers instead of pursuing the Orlando Magic job. Is that a smart decision?
I think so. I don't know if you've looked at that Orlando Magic roster, but let's just say they're gonna need some magic to be successful, and I don't think Penny gonna be able to quite bring that much. I think that's definitely gonna be the one that's the last coaching job that's gonna be filled. The Los Angeles Lakers are finalizing a deal to hire former New York Knicks and Memphis Grizzlies coach David Fizdale as an assistant. Big deal, little deal, no deal.
I'm gonna go big deal. Listen, you lost Jason Kidd to a head coaching job. All eyes was gonna be on that number one assistant job. Who was gonna come in? And I gotta be honest, Rob Pelinka, I think knocked this out the park. Well, David Fizdale is a damn good replacement to Jason Kidd, and maybe you never know what might happen. He could eventually be the coach of the Lakers. You know how that roll in the NBA. So with that said, it was a big deal, very big deal. Veteran wide receiver Demaryius Thomas retired on Monday as a Denver Bronco. Your thoughts on his career?
At his peak, I believe he was a top 5 receiver in his league. I think he had 4 consecutive seasons of 90 catches, 1,300 yards. So always going to remember for those high flying days with the Denver Broncos and Peyton Manning. And I am glad after he went over to Houston for a little bit, played for the Jets a little bit, but it's good to see him retiring as a Bronco. And also, I think one thing, don't forget about him, he was not a diva. This is a guy who you really didn't hear much from at all outside of what he was doing on the field. Saints right tackle Ryan Ramczyk has agreed to a 5-year, $96 million extension, making him the highest paid right tackle in football. Your thoughts?
Listen, if they paying right tackles this, man, that next left tackle, man, I can't wait to see that contract. I mean, listen, like I said earlier, maybe both of their quarterbacks left-handed or something. I don't know, but that's wild. I would not be surprised though if he got a position change, if he got moved over to left tackle, because that's left tackle money. We all know left tackle is a premier, spot on that offensive line because most quarterbacks are right-handed. I mean, but if you do get the occasional left-handed quarterback, the right tackle is more important. But listen, at the end of the day, that's some good money. And Ramczyk, I think you deserve it, but I ain't knocking your potential. When I read right tackle, I was like, man, yeah. Last one, Washington football team has named Tanya Snyder as co-CEO of the franchise. Snyder, sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's apparently it's Dan Snyder's wife. I don't know, like this. I don't know. You remember like last year, like the Washington Post had the bombshell report about all the harassment and all the foolishness, and they had like 4 or 5 dudes in the inner circle of Dan Snyder that got like they just all of a sudden they just started disappearing from the organization before that happened. I don't know. I don't know what this is. It's a little bit humorous because if you're trying to impress people and be diverse. Hey, we're going to elevate a woman to co-CEO. It's your wife. So I don't know. What does that even mean? I'm not impressed. I don't think it's not really all that funny. It's Dan Snyder. So he out here playing around, acting a fool. Ain't nothing changed. Now that concludes today's drink of wisdom. As always, like, listen, share, subscribe. We appreciate it all. I'm Jay Wise.
And I'm Nathan Drinker. And remember, make tomorrow better than today, and make today better than yesterday. And you know what we gonna do. We gonna holler at you until next time, baby.